everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brandy. This is Brandy's Books, and today we're going to be doing a tag. I really enjoy tags. I think they're a fun little way to, just add content to your channel, get, other readers and subscribers involved in like your channel and your taste. It's a good way to get to know people and have conversations, things like that. But moving forward, the tag that I'm going to be doing is the new one that Sam from Thoughts on Tomes and Marina's from My Name is Marina's. Are you done? Thank you. That they created, and I really like the questions, and let's just get started. So the first question is, how do you rate books, whatever. And I feel like over my 7 years on BookTube, that's changed. I used to be very free with 4 and 5 star ratings, and there's absolutely nothing with that. I just feel that just over time things things have changed. I looked at them. I should have known. Go lay down. Or yeah, lay down up there. Thank you. Just things have changed, and yeah, that's it. Things have changed. So for 1 stars is like I wrote it in my little thing. So 1 stars is like very meh. Like something kept me reading it, whether it be plot or characters maybe. And then 2 stars is somewhat meh. And then, a couple of things, characters and plot, or maybe the writing, or maybe I really wanted to know. I don't really rate a whole lot of books like 2 or 1 stars anymore, because usually when I get to that point, I'm just like, man, I'm going to DNF this shit. I'm a huge DNFer. I can DNF all day. It's not a problem. And then 3 stars is, it was a decent book. It was a good book. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like the best thing I've ever read, or it wasn't very good, but it was just there. You know what I'm saying? So for 4 stars, I was engaged in the story. I enjoyed the characters, the plot, the writing. It was good, right? And then for 5 stars, the book has to move me in an emotional way. I cry. My heart is pounding. Like I have to have some kind of emotional or like physical reaction to the book. And it could be like, for example, like it scared me. Like I'm not really a scary story reader. But like I really enjoy space horror. So if it like the, the hematophages, by, I forgot his name, the writer's name, but, like that was just like, it creeped me the fuck out. Like I was like actively like doing this while I was reading it. I was like, oh God, that's so gross. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's got to move me in some kind of physical, emotional way for it to be 5 stars now. The second question is, how do you review books? I'm not really a big book reviewer. I think the last one I did was The Coward. For me, like when I like get that feeling that, you know what, I really want to review this book, there are several reasons why I feel that way. The plot, the characters, the world building, the writing, like the magic system, like everything combined in a way that was like, you know what, I want to sit down and I want to write a review. But other than that, I don't really review books. So question 3 is, what is the book that made you a reader? My mom was a reader. I grew up reading books, and I don't think there was one specific book. Well, okay, I take that back. There was like a series of like choose your own adventure books. The one that specifically I remember in my brain is The Forbidden Castle, and it was by that one was written by Edward Packard. There are like multiple different authors for these series. They have like time travel ones, they have like space ones, but just I want to say that one is the one that I think of the most, is The Forbidden Castle. Question 4 is, do you have like a genre niche that you read, or like any particular genres that you gravitate towards? I want to say like I've always been a fantasy reader to some extent. And then it was like when I was like older, young adult, not young adult, new adult. I would say that new adult range, like 19, stuff like that. I really started getting into like paranormal romance and urban fantasy. Like the Jim Butcher books. Those were, oh my gosh. I loved those. But yeah, so, but now I would definitely say like romance, specifically like alien romance. I eat that shit up. Like I can't remember the last time I read a historical romance, and that used to be my shit. But now it's alien romance, fantasy, specifically adult. I'm not a huge fan of 16-year-olds saving the world anymore. It's just not for me. I'm not saying that's bad. It's just not for me. And some sci-fi, not a whole lot, but a little bit. Question number 5 is, do you prefer character-driven books or plot-driven books? And it's kind of a mix for me. Like the characters can be like really good, but I would still need something kind of in like the plot or the world or whatever to keep me going, and then vice versa. So it's definitely a mix. Question number 6 is, what is a book that you like so much that you do not care if others don't like it? And I would have to say The Twisted Ones by Teen Kingfisher. You can kind of see it right there. I love that book. I think it's just, it's beautiful, and it's like, for me, it's like the perfect amount of creepiness. Like, so I only read like space horror because I don't want to read horror taking place in the real world. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a little bit too real for me, you know? Like, I can picture that shit happening. And I know, like, I would classify this more as thriller. It's, like, got thrilling moments and like, creepy moments versus horror. Like, oh, my God, I'm terrified, you know? But, yeah, definitely The Twisted Ones by Teen Kingfisher. Question number 7 is, what is a book that you like that if others don't like it, then you know your reading tastes, like, wouldn't really align? And it took me a really long time to kind of answer this question, because I was thinking, I was like, I don't know, because like I follow several people on YouTube who are like primarily romance readers, and like not romance that I like to read, like contemporary or like deep in, like Allie Hazelwood. Like, I'm never gonna read that book, but I follow a lot of people that have read it. And so like I kind of cheated a little bit, and I'm gonna go with an author versus a book. I'm gonna say Tamora Pierce. Tamora Pierce, throughout my childhood, just, if you despise Tamora Pierce, if you hate her writing, if you think everything that she's ever written is garbage, I don't think we'll ever get along. Because it's just something about her books, like specifically to like her Becca Cooper. Oh my gosh. And now I'm remembering like Lady Night. Oh my gosh. Okay. Tamora Pierce. If you do not like Tamora Pierce, I just don't think we'll get along in general. But to be fair, like, I'm not one of the type of person that's like, oh, if you hate this author, which I know that's not what the question is, but just saying. Question number 8 is, what's in your trash pocket? And these are like tropes or things that you know are like bad or toxic that you just like you enjoy. I would have to say alpha male. Like, if some dude stalking me, I'm gonna be freaked the fuck out, okay? But sometimes I find that kind of hot, you know, depending on like situation and stuff like that. Age gap, like, you know, like vampires, stuff like that. I like age gap, only in books, and only if it, like, I don't want some 12-year-old and like a 400-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gotta, you know, let the female like kind of be a little bit older. You know, I do enjoy like I'm almost 34, so I do enjoy like females that are close to that age or around that age. Question number 9 is, do you have any deal breakers in books? I think this started off more as like a trigger for me, and now it's just something that I don't enjoy reading about at all, and that would be any kind of child abuse, any kind. It's just something that I just don't feel like there's something else that you can do something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I understand like maybe some authors use it as a way to, like, a cathartic way maybe to like heal some part of them or something like that. But just for me personally, I just don't think it's needed in books at all. You've got a really good brain going on. Like, let's find something else. Question number 10 is, what is a strong opinion on a book that you have that's been released in like the last year? I don't really have a strong opinion about any of the books that have been released in the last year. Question number 11 is, what do you look for in writing? And like what makes a book stand out? And to me, that's kind of like a multiple choice answer kind of thing. Like, there are several things, like, you know, like I said earlier, like the characters can be good, but if like if the writing is awful, if the world doesn't make sense, things like that, if I can understand the writing, what the words are trying to say, right? I'm not super into like crazy powerful flowery writing. I don't need absolutely every single word in the book to be descriptive. Like, just say brown eyes, green hair. Thanks, dude. Question number 12 is, how do you decide what you're going to read next? I used to do the whole TBR thing, and it took me a little bit longer than it probably should to realize that I'm very much a mood reader. Yeah, I have so many like deadlines and stuff on on my personal life that I don't want to set them for like my hobbies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a TBR card. I have a huge 2025 like TBR, and it's mostly series, and I made it huge for a reason, because I wanted to give myself like multiple options. If I had just narrowed it down to Brandon Sanderson's books, like the Cosmere, all of it, I don't know if I would read any of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that's called. I'm sure it's something, but yeah, I just very much a mood reader. Question number 13 is, where do you get inspiration for your booktube content? I used to like, you know, keep an eye on like tags. So I would do tags, and I would say it's mostly tags and like wrap-ups videos is what I would do. Every now and then I'd like do like little thingies. I have a whole notebook. It's not completely filled out, but I have it's like 18 pages of like video ideas, that just things that I've thought about, like ideas that I've gotten from other people's videos. Like something about that video, there was like a small little thing that made me think of an idea that I wrote down that I have not done. But yeah, just mostly life in general, things I see on BookTube. I'm not really one to talk about new releases. Like, I don't do new releases videos. I think I have in the past, like a couple maybe, but it's just not really, again, I don't really keep track of new releases. Actually, I lied. T. Kingfisher, everything T. Kingfisher writes, pre-order, or I'm buying it. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Yeah, just life in general. Just things that I see on BookTube. That's it. Question number 14 is, if you could make any book go viral right now, what would it be? Ooh, okay, maybe. Hinch. I loved this book. So this is about a down on her luck woman who, she needs a fucking job, right? She needs a job. So she starts working for, quote unquote, the bad guys, right? Like the anti-hero, right? They're the villain, right? And she sees how much fucking damage, just absolute damage and destruction and just heartache that the heroes create in fighting these villains. So she decides to do something about it. And this was really good. This was really freaking good. Y'all, see this? I put it on upside down. Good job, Brandy. But yeah, this was a really, really good book. I would like to see this go viral, because I just think it's such an interesting, interesting take on things. And then we have too, what is it? Oh, like Assistant to the Villain and Princess to the Villain. Kind of, that one's, those are kind of like this one, but I think this one follows it on a more, or it's, this one's like less fantastical. Like that one's got like a dragon thingy and stuff in it and like some romance. But this one, I would say, okay, this one has like a touch of romance. Like I don't remember the romance being like super fucking basically the entire book. It wasn't, but oh, this was so good. I liked it. And then finally, question 15 is, who are some booktubers that have like similar reading taste to yours? Like I said, like I'm kind of all over the place. I would say, like, looking at my shelves, like I like fantasy, but I don't know. Now that I'm re-looking at them, I don't freaking know, right? So I just wrote down a couple of people just off the top of my head that I enjoy, like, watching their content, and like for the most part, like we have similar reading tastes, but like it's not super complete. So Angela from Literature Silence Alliance, and Joshana, I've been following Joshana for freaking ever too. Danielle from Danielle Reads, Elliot Brooks, I've been following her for freaking ever. Holly Hearts Books, following her for freaking ever. Laura from A Book Circus, Noria Reads. I subscribe to a ton of people. Thank you very much for sticking around and watching this video. Feel free to leave comments, subscribe if you want to. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.